Hey girl, it's Spice Gal and I'm back with another nail video. So this is the nail that we will be creating today. I have already finished the press-ons here. Well, one of them is it's curing right now, but I've already finished these. I created this nail look as just a practice nail just to see how it will come out, and I really loved everything about it. So I decided to make a set for it. So I'm gonna show you how I do it for the thumbnail since everything else is done. Let's see. Let's put her in her rightful place. So this is what the set looks like. Super cute. I love it. I haven't top coated these yet, so you'll see the full reveal once I do this nail here. But let's go ahead and get started. So this polish and also the other polishes I'll be using will be my cream polishes. I have already filed the nails. I have already cut them to size and shape, 2 coats of base coat on. So I'm kind of getting away from encapsulating my nails so that they don't look too thick. So that's the base color. Let me see. It looks like it's coming out pretty good on camera because some of the colors don't. They don't look on camera like they do in person. So 2 coats of base coat already on here, and I'm just gonna pop on this color. And like I said, I just wanted to save a little bit of time here by just showing you one nail, especially since it's all got the same kind of vibe to it. And I like this so much, I might just make one in another color. So as always, if you're interested in purchasing any of the press-on sets that I feature here on my channel, they are all on my business Instagram page. I will soon be moving over to a website, so be on the lookout for that. I'll let you guys know when she's up and running, but definitely working on a website. So I'm gonna do 2 coats of this cream polish, and I'm gonna place this under the lamp for 60 seconds for each coat. All right, so we've got 2 coats on, 60 seconds each. And now I'm going to go ahead and just place a top coat because our next step is going to be adding a chrome powder. The chrome powder I'm using has like a yellow undertone, like yellow kind of golden undertone. So I felt like that would be perfect for this set. Do y'all hear the church bells? I love hearing those bells. I live right next to a church. I love those bells. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna place this under for 60, and then I will be back to show you the chrome. All right, so done and done there. This is the chrome I'm gonna use. Remember how I mentioned it was like a gold undertone? Can you see that gold? I thought it would be so cute with this cream. So I just pop some in the cap of the bottle here, and I just take my finger and rub the chrome on that way. I like the payoff with that. Look at that. Look at that. I like the payoff with my finger, so. Nothing inspired this nail look. It was just, I've actually done a practice nail pretty close to this one, but I kind of remixed it a little bit, and I don't know which one I like more. Next up, on top of that, I'm just gonna place this top matte coat just to isolate that chrome a little bit so that we can go ahead and start on the aura design. So I emptied out some of that matte top coat because I didn't want any chrome getting in my top coat bottle. And now I'm just gonna paint it on. All right, matte top coat on. We're gonna set it for 60. And then I'll come back with the ombre. So I have this little sponge applicator here. I am going to place on 3 coats of this, but I'll cure in between each coat. So you'll take it and just tap it like you're blending foundation or something. And that matte top coat is a lifesaver with this. Probably with any aura set there, it's a lifesaver, trust me. If you don't have matte top coat, just do regular top coat and then buff it out at the top. And it should give you that the same effect to be able to do the aura on top. So this is what we should be working with first. And then I'm gonna set this under the lamp for 30 seconds instead of 60 seconds. And that's because the color is all blended out. And so I just don't think it needs to be set for 60. So I'm gonna take them 30 seconds and then I will be right back to show you how the color builds up. I'm gonna go ahead and set that for 30 and then show you the last coat. All right, last coat. Let's finish off strong. See how I'm more so in the middle? And you can hold this at an angle so that you get the smaller side instead of the big side here. So I'm holding it at an angle so I can just get that middle. I'm looking to invest in some of the powder pigments, the pressed powder pigments. Y'all know I love my powder pigments, but the only ones I have now are loose. So I'm gonna invest in some of those. If you don't have that and you want to use the pressed powder pigments, just use some old eyeshadow. I may be able to go through my palettes back there. I barely wear eyeshadow anyway, just to kind of hold me over. But yeah, this looks good. I'm gonna start back into eyeshadow though, because when I was wearing makeup in high school, that was the jam. Huge eyebrows and badass eyeshadow, like really good eyeshadow. So I'm sure I still remember. Anyway, I'm gonna pop that in for 30 and then I will show you the next step. All right, so aura is done, and right on top of that aura, just to spice it up a little bit, I'm gonna put some of this blue. It's glitter, but it's more of a hollow kind of shimmer. I love this color. It's one of my favorites. I need to look through the sets that I have and see if I have any other colors that are like this. So freaking cute. So we just need a little, and just watch how it makes the whole thing look so much better. Y'all know I can't get through a nail design without glitter. I don't know why I love shimmer. I don't know why. It just makes everything look better. And look, with the isolation, with the matte, it's not really going anywhere else. The glitter, the polish. So, I like that. Makes everything behave. Look at that. Each side gives it like a kind of velvety. Can y'all see that? How velvety it looks? So pretty. But I do want to make sure, even though I'm putting stones on top, I want to make sure it's nice and flat. I don't want any bumps. No acne nails, no bumps. Just make sure everything's nice and smooth. All right, we'll set that under the lamp for 30 and then we'll go in with our stones. Okay, so let me show you guys the stones that I'm using. I already have my stones pulled out, but these are the stones that I'm using. Aren't they gorgeous? I like these little gold balls. I love them, but look at these. Let me show you all the set. When I saw them, I had to have them. And that's because they have several different colors in each one of them. It just gives, I love these stones. So I'm using these purple ones here. Purple and blue. And then I've got this set here with lots of big exaggerated stones, which I absolutely love these. I used this right here for the middle finger. So if you can see that stone, that pink one, the teardrop pink stone. And then of course we're gonna be using the square stones for the thumb. And that's because I have a little bit more space on the thumb. So the square fit nicely. I want to make sure it's on there nice and straight. Okay. So now I'm just going to take some gel glue. I am still using up my jar of Model 1s. So that's what we're going to go with. And I'm just going to place this gel all the way up the nail. Like that. And then I'm going to take just a regular striper brush. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything. And I've been liking to smooth out the glue gel before using it because it helps the stones stay in place. Before, they would still move around before curing, and I didn't like that. So now I just brush them. So it'll give me time to get all the stones together, make sure I like my stone placement, all that good stuff, you know. All right, so since I have the stones picked out, I won't have to keep y'all long. And love these little wax pins here. It's been a lifesaver with picking up stones. And it's so crazy. Like, a lot of the nail products I've had for so long and I just didn't use them. Like, I used to just put gel on a dotting tool and pick it up, but that turned into a nightmare as time went on. But then I started using, and I have several wax pens. I was like, why wasn't I using? Anyway. So see how it's giving me time? And they're not, this big one is kind of moving around a bit, but that's to be expected. And then we put Big Mama. And we put another Big Mama. And I didn't do this for the middle finger because I didn't have room. At first, I was just gonna do the same thing on the thumbnail that I did on the middle finger, but there was just so much open space. I was like, oh, I don't like that. So much open space. So I just decided to put a bigger stone and also add the smaller one, and I turned out liking it, so. All right, so there's that, and I'm gonna set it under the lamp, and then I will be right back to top coat it so that you can get the full effect. And just to be sure this big stone doesn't move or come off, I'm gonna put a little bit of the glue gel on top of my striper brush. Chose the smaller one so I could have a little bit more control. I'm just gonna place it right around there. Very nice. Just place it around the perimeter, the bottom, so we don't lose her because she's like the centerpiece, right? And then I'll pop that in for 30, then I got the top coat for you. Okay, so now it is time to bring these nails to life. They look good with the matte top coat, I'm not gonna lie, but because I put chrome on, it kind of wouldn't make sense to leave them like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and top coat everything, starting off with these stones and balls. And you don't want to top coat your stones heavily because they may lose a little bit of the iridescence to them, but you definitely want to top coat them, especially these metal balls, because the color will start rubbing off, and I can't stand that. When I wore these balls myself, when I first got these stones, girl, I was so mad about how they rubbed off. Because, I mean, you have to wash your hands and cook and clean, but you still want your nails to look good, right? You don't want to have to sacrifice too much. Let me see if you can see it. You can see that chrome underneath. Let me move it up and down. See that chrome? And then the chrome just adds to the shininess of the nail. I love using chrome, if for no other reason, for that reason, right? So we're just gonna top coat everything. I like this one too. Look at the pink stone. So pretty. But like I said, the square stone, it wouldn't have fit. So I had to improvise. And what I wanted to do was stones on one nail, no stones on the other. And for the pinky, none of my big stones would have made sense there. They don't fit, none of these big ones. So I just decided to put the little balls on the end here, and I still think it's pretty. And I take my top coat down so that I don't mess up the crisp lines I have up there from filing. And I totally like this better than encapsulating the nails, so we will stick with that. Also save me so much time and product, not to mention. Then I'm gonna go right across the top just to hold that polish in, just to cap it in. It's probably one of the best ones I've ever done. Doesn't that look pretty? Kind of want to do my own nails like this, girl. All right, so I'm gonna set these under the lamp for, I like to do 90 for my press-ons because they're gonna be in that little case and I just want to preserve them for a long time. Hopefully they're not sitting too long because they're gorgeous and I want somebody to be able to enjoy them. But just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna set them under for 90 seconds and then we'll be right back.